This will be a series of short videos on how to maintain the magazines for the Benelli MP95E and MP90S 22 target pistols. The first question that comes up is how often and why do we need to clean the magazines? And there are a couple of different issues. Here's a magazine that's been shot quite a bit, and you get fouling built up, mostly bullet lubricant, on the front of the magazine here, but it also accumulates on the front of the follower, and that does a couple of things. Ideally, each round as you go through the magazine wants to come up with the bullet at the same height and angle so that it feeds properly. As fouling accumulates, that interferes with that, and you get a larger variation in the height of the bullets, and you can eventually start scraping lubricant or lead off the rounds as they load. If that gets into the chamber, that can cause jams. The worst case I've seen is you get so much junk built up in the magazine that the round underneath the one being fed can stick, and if it pops up at just the right time, it will actually toss the round that's being loaded up and completely out of the pistol. In terms of how often, it's going to vary enormously with how much bullet lubricant the ammunition has and sort of if any of it's getting scraped off in the loading process. If you get a really waxy batch of CCI, it's going to clog up the magazine much faster than ammunition with a lighter lubricant. And again, you'll see it build up on the front of the magazine. Also, if you run the follower all the way down, you can see fouling building up on the front of the follower here. Before you get started, you're going to need a bunch of different tools and materials, and I'll include a list in the comment section of the items that I tend to use. One of the things that really helps a lot is a bench block. This one is 3D printed, and I will also include a link to the Thingiverse file so that you can print one of these up. It makes things go much faster. In terms of cleaning items, you're going to need cotton swabs, a bunch of toothpicks. I like to use any good COP lubricant is fine. I like FP10. You're going to need a small mallet. One of the things that's necessary, the Benelli magazines are held together with roll pins. This is a Mayhew number 2 5/64 roll pin punch. To get the roll pin aligned when you're reassembling the magazine, you need a fine point scriber. This is a general tool number 85. Depending upon what you run into, there's some things that may need working on the magazine, particularly the first time that you open one up, in order to make reassembly go smoothly. One of the things you may need is a pair of parallel jaw pliers. You can use other techniques, but this is very quick for flattening out the roll pin holes in the body of the magazine. Another thing that can make life easier is a roll pin starter punch, and you may need an X-Acto knife. This has got a number 11 blade in it. A little block of wood may come in handy, and or a bench block. The one other thing that's useful is paper towels. I start by covering the bench with a paper towel. This does a couple of things. It protects the bench. It means if you drop something, you're less likely to damage it. And particularly when working on the magazines, when you're cleaning it, you need to look down through the magazine, and it's useful to have a light-colored reflective surface to shine light up inside the magazine so that you can see what's going on.